Right, buddy, this is the latest Manchester United news. Now we'll be talking about the Carlos Baleba deal, the likelihood of that happening, and much more. We've also got some news on Garnacho and him agreeing personal terms with Chelsea. But we want to talk about the Carlos Baleba deal. There's been some huge updates. Fabian Huertel is confident that Baleba will stay at Brighton this summer. We've had some other reports as well. Manchester United are prepared to delay a move for Carlos Baleba until next year. United have not completely given up on signing him before this transfer window closes, but senior sources concede a deal is unlikely. That's coming in from Samuel Luckhurst, who again is pretty reliable. Fabian Huertel is confident, very, very confident Carlos Baleba will stay at Brighton this summer. Obviously, Manchester United are waiting until next year. Manchester United are saying they will postpone their pursuit of Carlos Baleba while they entirely ruled out signing him. It does seem very, very difficult at the moment. So listen, we know he's the priority, and we know Manchester United want to sign him. Now, it's interesting to say, in terms of Brighton and when they did sell Moises Caicedo, in August 2023, they said Brighton do not expect to sell Moises Caicedo, and then 11 days later he signed for Manchester United. And this is something that Brighton do. It's still very, very possible this deal happening. There is going to be setbacks. I think talks are still ongoing between Manchester United and Brighton to see whether they can conclude a deal. Do I think the deal will happen? At this moment, it does seem very, very unlikely. But again, there's still talks ongoing. There's still 2.5 weeks to go left of the transfer window. So it will be very, very interesting to see what happens with the Carlos Baleba stuff. I think it's certainly going to be an up and down next 2.5 weeks. I think United are still in contact. They really want to get this Baleba deal done. He is the priority midfielder. He's a midfielder that we want to bring in. He's the midfielder that we need. I feel like if you look at Baleba, there isn't many alternatives to a player like him. He's a very unique player. And again, I think he's slotted into this Manchester United team perfectly. Again, it's down to Manchester United to get this deal done. In terms of initial offer, there has been no reports about anything going in as of yet. But again, there's hope. The fact that Fabian Huertel has said that he's confident, I mean, things can change, players can leave. I mean, as of now, he probably is very, very confident that he will stay. But as things develop, as things goes on, maybe next week we could see something totally different. So, yeah, on Carlos Baleba, Brighton expect to keep him. Talks are still ongoing with Manchester United to see if they can get the deal done. United are definitely still very, very interested in signing him, and will continue talks. But again, it has to come to a point where, as I said, you don't really want any alternatives. You want Baleba to be the one. But it comes to a point where United might have to start looking at alternatives, because I do think we definitely need a midfielder. Again, there's been talks about the sporting midfielder, Holzmulland, Ederson, other players as well. So there are other alternatives, but ultimately for Manchester United, the priority should be to get Carlos Baleba over the line, realistically. But yeah, that's the latest. Is the deal off? I don't think so. I mean, if United were to delay a move, it's going to be very, very difficult next year to get the deal done, because it's going to be very difficult to get this deal done next year, because there will be interest from Cities, Liverpool's, Real Madrid's, clubs everywhere really. It's looking like United are the only club interested now. So if we really do want to get him, and I think we have to get him now. The next thing, SANCHO. I'll talk about him. AS Roma confident securing the green light for Jadon Sancho. The 20 mil loan with obligation offer sent yesterday. It's seen as the best bid United have received so far. So what's interesting, yesterday was a 20 mil bid. Now it's a 20 million loan with obligation. United just need to accept it. Apparently he's still negotiating wages, which again, something Sancho wants. Obviously he wants high wages from Roma. So again, that could probably be a stumbling block. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with the wages at Roma. So far, all we know is that he wants to leave United. He doesn't want to go to Turkey. Roma do seem very interested. They've put in an offer. It's now down to Manchester United and Jadon Sancho's camp to come down to a decision whether they do agree on this. Do I think this deal would happen? I'm hopeful, because ultimately Sancho has to leave the football club, and it'd make a lot of sense for him to do that. I think the quality that he has, he'll do well in the Italian league, but just not well at United. And again, it's good to get a player of that sort of money, that sort of attitude, out of the club as well, and I think that's something that United need to be striving to do. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and yeah, your opinions on what do you think should happen with Jadon Sancho. So yeah, thanks for watching. That has been the latest update.